Okay, this is my video to show how I power my 2024 Alliance Delta 252 trailer. Um, it is very efficient. It has LED bulbs and two Coleman Mach Air super efficient air conditioners. They are 110 volt. They're not, the 12 volt things. But this is where it all starts right here. It all starts with the sun. I'm all about the sun. See, I got my Tesla. I have the whole house is powered by solar. I don't have a power bill anymore. And yeah, it costs money up front, but in a few years it will all be paid for. So actually, it's going to take 6 years. I used to have a $450 a month PG&E bill. Now I don't. Okay, so it starts here. This is a 200 watt panel from Anchor. I am going to get a 400 watt panel as well, but for now this is what I have. The trailer has 400 watts on the roof. We'll get to that later. So there's 400 on the roof and there's 200 here. That's 600 total. You'll notice that I have this white styrofoam packing piece. Those things are great. It came with like 6 of them when you buy this panel, and a lot of you may know this, some of you may not, but when you put your panel on a dark surface or the grass, it gets less wattage, like 10, 20 watts less, because it's the light's being absorbed. So when you put it on the concrete, which is white, it does much better. So when I camp, I use these to help get me the max as I can as far as solar output, and also it protects the panels from getting all scuffed up from the gravel and stuff like that. So I suggest you get solar panels. I suggest you get a very long cord. Make sure you get a large gauge cord so you don't get a lot of losses, because it will absolutely affect, you might be getting 150 watts over there, but you're only going to get 135 watts over here. So the bigger and more money you spend on a cord, the better. Okay, so I am currently drawing 1400. Wow, looks like my brand new solar generator screen's starting to do something funny. Anyway, 1453 watts going out, 131 coming in. That's from the solar. I currently have 2.7 hours to go. Now, how can this thing say I have 100% battery? Well, that's because I have an expansion unit. So this is an identical battery, and it sits on top. And as you'll notice, it's sitting in my pass-through. So what I did was I took there's a little 1, 2, 3 screws, holds this little cup thing in there, so you can put your water hoses or cords or whatever, but this wouldn't fit through there. So I took it out. I put it back in when I'm done. But the point of this is, we'll get to this little guy later. There you go. Lock it up. Done deal. So that's how I do it. I'm connected currently to my short cord. So I have my own power on my rig, plugged in with my short cord, and let's get into this. Okay, now this is my 12 volt battery. It is a 300 amp hour Vatrer, V-A-T-R-E-R battery. It is low temperature, charging protected, over temperature protected. It has a built-in BMS and a Bluetooth, so I do not need a shunt, which is another $150 from Victron. A lot of you may know this, but I had my trailer. I bought all this stuff that you see, plus all my poo-poo pipes and my adapters and my chairs and everything you're going to do to go camping, and all excited, and it was like $5,000. I put it all in this pass-through 2 days beforehand, and when we showed up on Friday to get it, someone had broken in and taken everything. So this is going to look a little janky of a video, but I had a lot of requests from some people about my system, how much it costs, how it works. But they took everything, man. They took my chairs. They took all the cabling that I built. They took my batteries. They took my solar generator. They took my chairs. They took my poo-poo pipes. They took, it was all in crates and ready to go and in boxes. I was going to build it on the trip. So anyway, there you go. Fantastic battery. They're a company that's been in the golf cart space forever. And they're just beginning to come out into the trailer industry because everyone's starting to do what I'm doing. So you can see here that we're, no, this is temporary. Okay, I've purchased a box and I'm going to put this all in and cover it up and lockable and things like that. Whew, it's nice and chilly in here, guys. Okay, so I got the air conditioner on here in the big room. This is not something I normally do, just so you know. This is not a setup for people who want to full-time and think that we're going to buy a solar generator and run power forever. I could buy tons and tons of batteries and whatever and spend a buttload of money, but that's not the point. So I do have the air conditioner on. It's running. It feels very nice in here. I actually started this video about 35 minutes ago, and then the sun overheated my phone and it went bye-bye because I was doing a video on how I deal with my battery. But normally we only cool the bedroom for a nap, okay? Because I have a second system here. And so it takes about 20 minutes to cool this room from 100 degrees, okay? And then it cycles. It runs for 10 minutes, shuts off for 25 minutes, runs for 10 minutes, shuts off for 25 minutes, or whatever. So I can go an hour and a half, take a nap, wake up. I've only burned 20% of my capacity on the Anchor power station, and then it'll charge back up with the solar, and I'm good, right? I mean, it works. It works for me. It works good. A lot of you peanut galleries poo-pooing me, and I'm just telling you, for me, this works. I have this fan on too, because I'm going to sit over here now. Okay, this little contraption is basically a 12 volt to 48 volt up converter. And the reason I needed this is because I decided that I've got this huge 300 amp hour battery in the 12 volt side of my system, and how do I get that power, if I want it, into my Anchor, the 110 volt side of my system? Well, this is how. Can I hook up my battery to the Anchor and get power? Yes, but it's only 128 watts, okay, which is fine. I'm only getting 135 watts right now from outside solar, but I call it night solar. I can plug in the cord with some alligator clips to the back of my Anchor and go to sleep, and in the morning I'll have a ton of power in there because it was giving it 128 volts all night. But 128, well, I'm sorry, watts. 128 watts isn't a whole lot. So this little guy will put in 600 watts from my 12 volt battery to my power station. I will demonstrate that later. The reason it does that is because the Anchor needs to see, I believe it's 36 volts or more, then it is seeing that as solar input and will allow up to 1,000 watts of input actually on this unit. So that's what this is for. I figured, heck, I got this huge battery. It never gets below 75% because all it does is run lights and really the refrigerator. It's a 12 volt fridge, so everybody understands, the 12 volt fridge. I mean, it's been on for a month, sitting here at home. It's got beers in it and stuff. It never goes dead, and my battery is always at 80%. If I charge it to 100, it stayed at 100%, but I think I got home from the last trip and it was at 80. It just stays at 80. So I have all that capacity that I can use. So let's say it is extremely hot and we can't go outside because of whatever reason, and we just want to sit in here and watch TV for 5 hours. With my solar generator and the expansion battery and putting in 600 watts, that really extends the inevitable. What's the inevitable? The power generator dying. And then I'm all done with 110 volts. No microwave, no air conditioning, no fireplace, no nothing. Then I'm just camping like everybody else. 12 volts, you know, trailer. The rig runs on 12 volts. That's fine. I can do that. So You got to cool this thing, man. This is the best fan, I'm telling you. If you're gonna do this, what I'm doing, get this fan. Again, I apologize. Nothing is set up anymore because they stole all my stuff, but I'm working on it. So this is a very good fan. It's a very heavy fan. It's ball bearings. You build a little box, you put this in there. I'll tell you though, this thing is the bomb. The last camping trip, I just basically put this in the ice chest. It's waterproof. It's also protected for, reverse polarity protected, overheat protected, which is a little weird because I'm telling you, you can fry an egg on this thing if you don't keep it cool. So yeah, I put this in my cooler, put some frozen meat on top of it, or frozen peas. Actually, it was peas. Done, man. Ran for hours. I put a whole bunch of power, extended the life of my anchor. So something to think about. Don't get this piece of junk. It's like $9. I mean, sure, it's a backup. I'm going to keep it just in case, but the ice chest is a fantastic idea. But put a fan on it, mount it, make it all pretty in your pass-through, however you want to do it. You don't even hear this thing running, and this thing makes no noise. Get this one, because there's other ones out there. I bought one. It was cheap. It weighed a third of what this thing weighs, and it's just, you could tell it was garbage. This company, XWST, pretty darn good. Percon and another company out there make one of these with a fan and a box and the plugs, and you can adjust how much voltage and wattage. DC to DC converter, you can look that up. It's mostly to charge from your alternator in the car to keep your battery going. Van life type stuff, but I'd just rather build my own, and it was $50. $50, okay, $48. Don't spend 16. It won't be any good. Here's my battery. Vatrer, fantastic company. I highly recommend them. Okay, be right back. Okay, guys, again, as you can hear, air conditioning is running. It's nice and cool in here. Still getting down there. We started off at 100 degrees. We're down to 82. Feels okay in here right now. So we're gonna go outside. Oh, this is the most important thing. When you run a solar generator or a power station, for all you haters of calling them solar generators, the power station, you have to turn off your converter. See, it's off. Because if you don't, it will suck an instant. This is a 50 amp rig, people, 50 amps. So that charger converter in here will put out 575 watts as soon as you plug this thing into 110 volts, which is what I did. I plugged in my solar generator. So what's it going to do? Hey, let's charge the battery all the way up. Well, here's the thing with lithium-ion batteries. Lithium-ion batteries take a ton of power. I mean, you can charge this at, I think they recommend 100 amps to charge it. Sorry about that. The wife came out. So, if this lithium-ion battery, actually LiFePO 4 phosphate battery, if this is at 98%, it will still pull dang near 600 watts from this as soon as I plug it in. And so then that means I can't run my air conditioner or the microwave or a hair dryer. I'll tell you why. Because those all take like 1100 to 1500 watts. Well, if the power converter is putting out, sucking 573, because that's what it actually pulls, I'll show you that in a minute, from here, then that, takes away from the total. This is the Anker F2600. So it is 2600. Well, I think it's basically a 500. Yikes! I'm sorry about the math, but anyway, it's too much. Okay, this has a 3000 watt inverter basically. So that's what it is. It's a 2600 watt inverter, constant running. So I don't have enough inverter to run the charger in my trailer and an air conditioner at the same time, because it's too much. It puts it over its limit. Okay, so that's the whole thing. This particular unit, at the time that I bought it, was pretty cool. I liked it. It was expensive. I'll tell you right now, this was like $1,600. I did it on Home Depot online. They do Anchor products, and I had that whole 1 year interest-free deal. So I did it, and then 6 months later, I bought this for $1,300. Interest free for a year deal. Now they're hundreds less than that. This space is getting crazy. Also, I'm going to tell you, Percon and Amp Aura, or however you say it, you can get 3,600 watt and expansion batteries and stuff. They're both 3,600. That's amazing. That means this is a true 30 amp connector. In this unit, this is only actually, these are 20 or 15 amp. This is a 25 amp because, do the math, 12 volts, 2,600 watts. So it's not a pure 30, but the other ones are. And I just saw it. This is October 10th, and I just looked into them. 3,600 watts. They're $1,500, and then you can get the expansion battery. It's like $2,100, and you have more than me. I mean, this is 2,600, so it's 1,000 watt hours more than mine for $1,500. Now, is it name brand? No. Are they going to be around in 10 years? Yeah, who knows? Percon's been around a while. Ampura, who knows? But I will tell you this: there's no customer service. No one answers the phone. If you have a warranty issue, poo-poo on you. Like, I already have one. This little number right here is dying. I'm not happy about that, but they'll send me another one, which is cool, because I've got about 5 cycles on this thing. It's good for what, 3,000 cycles? So I'll get a new one. All good. Okay, I digressed. Okay, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to shut off the air conditioner, because if I don't, it'll trip the device. And by the way, this has an app and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so I can turn this thing on and off from anywhere on the planet. It's really cool. Let's see how we're doing here. Where's we at here? We're down to 4 bars. It's been on for an hour. Says I got 2.4 hours to go. The air conditioner's on, people. It's about time to wake up from our nap, right? And then we can make some popcorn, and the wife can do her hair, and curling iron, and watch some TV. Let me tell you something. We are sucking the life out of this thing right now. This is half really of what this thing can put out. So there's no big deal. I could probably run the AC. We're going to find out. But let me turn on the converter and see what happens. Okay, guys. I turned on the converter, and it ran for about 15 seconds, and then everything shut off. So we definitely tripped the anchor. Couldn't handle it. It went over its 2,600, 2,800 watt max. Yeah, see, we're not on. So that's the other thing about this unit. It's just software. They should, Anchor, if you're watching this, do an update. Make this so it clicks back on and just keeps trying, so I don't have to come out here. Now I do have an app, people. I could have just sat in there and turned on the app and hit go, because you got to turn on the AC, part of the inverter. Okay, so everybody's turning on. Okay, look at that, 938 watts. Okay, so this trailer has a really kick butt charger in it. That says 900. Wait, 900? Well, let's see. This angle, and then this angle. I'm thinking it's 420. Well, I think it's 420, because that'd be a big charger. 1,000 watts? Okay, but my point is this. Look how much. Let's just call it 414 watts, okay? It's trying to charge this to full. That's why when you're going to use a power station in your rig, you have to turn off the built-in converter charger, or you're going to waste the power in your power station to charge your battery. And I don't want to. My battery is full. I mean, the thing's full. Let's look. All right, I got my meter hooked up. 13.44 volts. So, you know, this thing is full. Now, you know, a lot of you might say, well, that doesn't mean anything, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm telling you right now, the thing is, if I go to the app, it says it's at 88%. So 88%, well, that's all it takes, man. 88%, and this charger in the rig is gonna drain this thing till it's full. And so that's not what we're trying to do. So basically, we're gonna run a split system. We're gonna turn that converter off, and now the 12 volt is gonna run off the 12 volt on this trailer, and the 110 volt, every socket in this rig, every plug that you plug into is gonna work off of this. That is super cool. And as you can see, we can run the air conditioner for hours this way. Now, even if I just had this thing, just the main unit, it was like almost 2 hours I could run the air conditioner. And then you add this one and it's another 2 hours. So it's about 4 hours you can run the AC on this setup. But then you have nothing left. So that's not the point. The point is, use a third of it, take a nap, be happy, wake up, make some popcorn, whatever. I'm telling you, for 2 weeks straight, I never got below 48% because the TV takes 40 watts. I mean, that's nothing. You know, the microwave only runs for maybe 5 minutes. It pulls 1,000 watts. I mean, it doesn't even go down a percentage point. It might go down a percent or two. Okay, so let's check out this 12 to 48 volt converter. Be right back. I should let you guys know something. Like I said, this guy here is okay, so how the power stations work, and I think it's on all of them, but at least for sure for Anchor, it always charges this first and drains it last. So I was fully charged, so it's going to suck from the expansion battery first. When this goes dead, then this will start going down. Okay, you can see right here it says that the expansion battery is at 40%. In case of you guys all like, he's full of crap, it says 100% all the time. Well, it's because there you go, the expansion battery is 40%. It has not sucked from the main unit yet. And I am putting out, geez, it really is 1,000 watts. Holy crap, that says 898. Oh yeah, there we go, 894. Holy moly. So we can do 800, we can do 900 watts for 4.1 hours, guys. Think about it. That's a lot of hair dryer use. I mean, forget it. Maybe you don't even want to run your air conditioner. You're golden. You don't need to put 1,500 watts of solar on the roof and Victron things that take up a whole bunch of your area, and cables and on-off switches, and oh my God, you name it, man. I geeked out on all that. I really did. And I was going to do it, and it was going to be like 10 grand. I was going to put it in myself. But then I could have gone forever and had air conditioning all the time in Florida, and it wouldn't have been an issue. But here's the point. To do what I'm doing is like 4,000 bucks, 4 grand. And you don't even need to spend the 1,300 bucks on this, okay? So reduce it by that. I'm telling you, I didn't even have this part yet, and I went the 2 weeks on the first trip, and I still did my naps and everything, okay? Not as many, okay? But I'm telling you, it's, think about this. Oh, and this all has wheels, and it goes right into my house, in my garage, or my kitchen to run things in emergency. So it's not tied to this. So when I sell my trailer, I take all this out. I don't let the 10 grand go with it. Okay guys, like I said, all my cables and things that I built were stolen, so I'm rigging this up right now. So I have these alligator clips hooked up to the battery, and it is going to the back of the solar generator, and I'm getting, well, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's 117 watts. So 118 watts. Oh man, why can't we see that? There you go. 118 watts, 116 watts. So that's what you get if 119. Actually, it's going to go to 128, but and it's going to be recharged in 18.5 hours. So, you know, I mean, and remember, this says 100%, but this is at like 40%. You can see 37%. So, I mean, you can plug it in at night. You know, you have it in the pass-through like I had it, and you run your cables, you have it all sweetened up, and you just plug it in or hit a switch. Maybe you want a bunch of switches. That's what I had, and I just hadn't bolted it up yet. They took it. And that's great at night. It's called night solar. That's what I call it, my night solar. So this bad boy is going to charge this up for me. No sweat. I don't need a lot of this. I mean, you know, people go with a 12-volt car battery or a deep cycle battery, and they go for a day, charge it back up. I mean, it's fine. So if I take this thing down to 25%, I'm still better than one of those batteries. So we're good. Now let me see if I can rig up the big 600 watt bad boy. Hang on a second.